picture that we have in Achieve? Does someone know what is this place? Aaron?
It's a place where the Golden Gate Bridge is.
Right, it's a place called the Golden Gate.
San Francisco.
Good, Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
The reason that I use many visuals in my presentations and when I introduce Achieve is because we have students that have different ways to learn. For example, we have our visual learners, and especially because we're talking about a bilingual class, they rely heavily on images. I try to find always a flip chart that is connected with our visuals, and that helps the students at least to have an opportunity to discover by themselves. Even if it's not for the vocabulary, it will be through the use of images.
What we're gonna do, very good. So we're gonna talk about a place. Yes, we're gonna do your favorite game, the vocabulary matching game, and it has to do with the Golden Gate Bridge. And how do we call these people that have to ride a bicycle? How do we call them? Juan Pablo?
Bikers?
Bikers. Does someone have another word for bikers? Let's see. Aaron?
Cyclists?
Cyclists. Very good. Cyclists. Cyclists. So we're gonna talk about bikers and our cyclists on the Golden Gate Bridge, and then we're gonna find out. We have to tie it with our reading, right? So why are signs so important? All right, so we're gonna go with our game, and
We use a vocabulary matching game, and students love when they have to see Achieve because that's part of our routine. The vocabulary matching game exposes them also to the connection with the visual, with the vocabulary that they are going to be seeing on the article, which is, they like it. They like to participate, and that's a hook for them to start reading in Achieve.
okay, so we have this picture, okay? We have this picture right here, and we have a tourist, which is a person who goes to a place to visit. So you need to match the picture of a tourist with our definition. Which one do you think it's gonna be? Oh, wow, she got lucky, right? So is this a picture of a tourist, a person that goes to a place to visit? Okay, thank you. Okay, our next word is gonna be landmark. Everyone say landmark.
Landmark.
Landmark is an important building or place. So that's another word that we're gonna find on our vocabulary matching game. Everyone say dangerous.
Dangerous.
Dangerous means that it's not safe. Now we have a little word that looks exactly like Spanish accident. Everyone say accident.
Accident.
What's the word in Spanish for accident? Tere?
Accident.
Accidente. So because some of you are going to be doing Achieve in Spanish, don't forget that these words are very similar. Accident, accidente, and they mean the same. Something that happens quickly and hurts someone. And in Spanish we're going to have algo que pasa de repente, las personas quizás están heridas. Now I'm going to go back to tourist because tourist is also a very similar word in Spanish. Does someone know the word in Spanish of tourist? Omar? Turista. Tourist is a person who goes to a place to visit, or una persona que viaja para visitar diferentes lugares. Now, let's repeat again. Tourist.
Tourist.
Speed limit.
Speed limit.
Landmark.
Landmark.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
And accident.
Accident.
Now, Lisbeth already helped us to find tourist. So I need somebody else to help me with the next word, and that's going to be
Tommy.
Edwin. Edwin, choose two cards really quick. Let's see if they match. Right. What are we looking for?
Speed limit.
Good. All right. Where is the speed limit? Where do you think speed limit is? It's just one. This one. Is that speed limit? Oh, good luck next time. All right. Let's see. One more. Tere. Go to the front and choose two cards. Okay. Choose two cards really quick. This one? This one right here. Speed limit. Is the speed limit This one? All right, there. Good job. Now choose another one because we're missing one more. Choose another one. So the next person has to choose another card that is gonna match either your definition or your vocabulary. This one. So someone has to find. Oh, okay, good. I love it. Okay. All right. Okay. This one is going to be Aaron. Choose another card that perhaps is gonna be what word are we looking for? Dangerous. Very good. This one. Could it be?
No.
What is this? What is the picture for?
Accident.
All right. Let's see. So these are gonna be the vocabulary words that we're gonna have on our article that has to do with the importance of science, and we're gonna write a prediction. Who can tell me really quick what's a prediction? Ryan, what's a prediction? From the story. Before we read it or after we read it? Before. Okay. Now the title, we have to pay attention to the vocabulary of our title because that's gonna give us a hint about our prediction. Leaders. Everyone say leaders.
Leaders.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What's a leader? Who's a leader? Juan Pablo?
Like a boss?
Okay. All right. So we're talking about someone that actually controls or rules something. Yes, Samantha?
Like the one that tells everyone what to do.
Okay, maybe someone that tells everyone what to do. Now we already know what's bikers, right?
Yes.
We have them right here. Now it says leaders to bikers, slow down. Why do you think they are telling them to slow down? Don't tell me yet. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the words in your vocabulary. Leaders to bikers, slow down. Then we have the photograph, and we already know that this person is a biker. And we have the
Golden
Gate Bridge. Now, we also call it a landmark. Don't forget, an important building or place. And we're going to do the third part that is very important for us to write a prediction. Who wants to read the caption really, really quick and loud so we can hear you? Heidi? Leaders
in San Francisco want bikers to slow down on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Good. Now, I want you to get your pencil and write a prediction. Don't forget, use all your clues. Your title, your photograph, your caption, and of course, try to use some vocabulary words, and let's just stretch what you're thinking the story is going to be about.
I ask my students to write the prediction before going to read their independent article because it gives them that responsibility to set a purpose for reading. They know that they have to read and they look for the specific information that they have, and even with that they are discovering what the article is going to be about before reading it. That's pretty much how they are gonna get interested in the article, or they are gonna confirm the prediction. At the end, what they are doing is try to see if their prediction match with what they talk about. Sometimes the students get surprised when they wrote the main idea on the prediction, and it's pretty much what the article was about.
Aaron, could you help us with a prediction?
The article is about bikers that got a speed limit.
Bikers that got a speed limit. Good, I like it. One more different prediction. Yes, Ricardo?
I predict the article is about some bikers that slow down in the Golden Gate.
Okay, so they are actually slowing down their velocity. It's going down on the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, Gabby?
I predict the article is about leaders in San Francisco said to slow their speed limit.
Leaders in San Francisco are setting laws for speed limit. Very good. All right, so we're gonna actually corroborate our prediction while you're doing your activity. All right. Now, we remember when we're always reading Achieve it takes us to a lot of places. This time we're gonna stay in the United States and we're gonna go to San Francisco. What's in San Francisco?
The Golden Gate.
The Golden Gate Bridge, and we already talked about it. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take you to the Golden Gate Bridge, and we're gonna see the bikers. You're gonna have an idea how it works and how does it look like. Ready?
California's most famous landmarks, connecting the San Francisco Bay to Marin. With twin towers stretching 746 feet above the Golden Gate Street and with over 80,000 miles of wired cables used, this bridge is an engineering feat.
Of what the Golden Bridge looks like. Did you see the bikers there?
Yes.
Did you see any signs in there?
Yes.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. We actually have to go to our article, okay? Now, this is my article. This is my Alexa level. So we're just gonna talk about two paragraphs in our story because today we're gonna apply what we learned all this week. Why are we reading this week? Why did we have to read the sign maker? Why are we reading leaders to bikers and slow down? What are we trying to find? Nancy, what are we trying to find?
The main idea.
Very good. We're trying to find the main idea. All this week we have been reading stories that have to do with science because we have to talk about the main idea. Who wants to tell me? Well, Nancy, you told me what's the main idea. Tell me.
The main idea is what the story talks mostly about.
What the story talks mostly about. So we need to, when we read, make sure that you pay attention to find the main idea. Now, the main idea, we talk about it, it's like a pizza, and a pizza has to have toppings, or the main idea needs to have, Alejandra?
Details.
Details. Okay, what's a detail? Christopher, what's a detail?
Sentences that show the main idea.
Sentences that explain the main idea. Very good. Now we are gonna organize what we're reading in a Achieve article in this organizer. We're gonna call it a graphic organizer. You already saw it. So how it works is that we have to find first the topic. Remember what's the topic? What's the topic, Omar? Well, right now we're just trying to find what is a topic. The topic is a word. So you kind of help us with that. We're gonna talk mostly about bikers. But let me read with you the My Achieve article, and then you have to discover the main idea by yourself, obviously with your Achieve article, the one that is going to have your name. All right, it says, Leaders to Bikers, Slow Down. San Francisco, California. The Golden Gate Bridge is in San Francisco, California. It is a well-known landmark, and we know that a landmark is a famous place. Thousands of people cross the bridge every day. Many of them ride bicycles across it. Some of these bikers are on their way to work. Others are tourists, people that visit places, that visit the city. Biking across the bridge can be dangerous. Why is this? The bike lane on the bridge is small, it's narrow. Much of the time it is filled with bikers. Sometimes bikers get into accidents. So what we're gonna do is that you have to read your Achieve article, and you have to help me to find a word. If you have to tell me in one word what was all this article, then you're gonna write it right here. Here is our main idea, our pizza. We talk about our pizza in our anchor chart. Remember our anchor chart? Okay. Now, we're gonna write a sentence about what the story is mostly about, like Nancy told us, and then you're gonna tell me 3 details. Now, the details, if I'm talking about the bikers in San Francisco, am I gonna talk about, bikers in another country?
No.
No, the details have to explain, like Christopher said the details have to explain the main idea. We're gonna talk about bikers in San Francisco. You need to make sure that you find those details on your Achieve article that explain the main idea, that support the main idea. And of course, because someone maybe likes your graphic organizer, you need to tell them where did you find it, which paragraph you found your detail. Got it? All right, so this is what you're going to do by yourselves, and it's going to be a very cool article that you're going to find. Now, because we're talking about main idea, and this is the beginning of the month, your Lexa levels changed. So you're going to see that your Lexa level is a little bit bigger, okay? And main idea could be asked in 3 different ways. I'm going to show you, some of you are gonna get this type of question, the first one, then some of you are going to get another way for main idea, and a few of you are going to get also another way to ask you to look for the main idea, what the story is mostly about. So make sure that when you have your Achieve article, if you see this question, which best retells the new story, you look for this word retelling. Retelling is like, if let's suppose you go today to your house and you tell your mom, oh, I read a cool Achieve article about bicycles, you're gonna retell the story, so you just have to tell them what the story is mostly about. So make sure that you use your, how do we call it, when we're answering our Achieve question, are we mini mo? No. What do we have to use, Juan Pablo? Process of elimination. If you can tell me what's a process of elimination, Risa?
When you put X's or maybe question marks
On the answer that we might think is the right answer, right? So we're gonna get the process of elimination. We're gonna read through all the answers, and if this one doesn't make sense, then we're gonna put an X. If this one sounds like the good answer, the right answer, you're gonna put a question mark because we need to read all of them. Remember, we have to think about what we're reading.
We're almost at the end of the year, and we have seen growth in our students since the first moment that they took Achieve. We want them to be responsible for their own learning. When I use the process of elimination, I actually like to encourage them to look for the answers, to be the detectives and find a reason why they chose that answer. And it is connected because second grade is pretty much a turning point before students going to third grade, which is a start test grade. We want them to have that practice, to seek that information, to justify their answers, and that's why we even call it a bias process of elimination. The students know that they are responsible to read all their answers before choosing one, and that's what it's going to make them to analyze each question and be successful.
Now, another type of question that is going to help you with the main idea is a summary. I love that Aaron the other day told us a summary is like, what is a summary, Aaron? Like,
a summary is a short version of the main idea.
and if we are talking about the pizza that we said in our anchor chart, what would it be?
It is the pizza box.
The pizza box, right? So it's like a pizza box that has inside the pizza, which is the main idea, and which has the toppings, which are the details, okay? So a summary is another way to find a sentence that tells me what the story is mostly about, and you're gonna find also you're gonna use a process of elimination. No mini, mini, mo, all right? We have to be careful with that because we have another Lexile, and you know what that means. Suppose that you're writing a summary. This is, again, it could be, let's say you're writing a summary, or suppose you're writing a summary. So when you go to your activity, make sure that you look for those special words, retells, because it's telling me to find what the story is mostly about, or summary, okay? All right. Now we have our third question. This one is gonna be your last step, and we want some opinions as well. We're gonna read it together, but you're gonna answer it by yourself in your own Achieve, okay? It says, leaders want to make the Golden Gate Bridge safer. Is making a speed limit the best way to do this? Why or why not? Look at the dig deeper. That's gonna be the second part of your article. We need to read that because you're gonna get more information that is gonna help you to answer your activity. Be sure to use facts. Who knows what are facts? Juan Pablo?
Facts like history, numbers, and science.
Right, sentences that tell us about dates, history, and science. So here you're gonna write some of the ideas from your article that are facts, things that we can prove and they are real. So now this is what we're gonna do, and this one, are you gonna do it? You're gonna do it by yourself. You go into your Achieve, okay? So the first step is that you're gonna read your article, right? And you're gonna take notes. You're gonna complete the main idea graphic organizer, the one that looks like a chair, the one that I just showed you. You're gonna log into your Achieve article and respond with your opinion. That's gonna be the first step, the before reading poll. Now I wanna see all those good sentences. Remember, I could see what your opinion is. Reread your article in Achieve, okay? So even though you have it on your paper, make sure that you read it one more time for you to know to get the correct information and more cool facts. Complete your activity with at 70 or more. And then of course you're gonna color your Achieve graph and your centers folders. And let's see if we have today someone in our Achieve 3100 club, okay? You know what to do. If you get 100, come and put your name, put your class social, and then we're gonna go to the next activity. So far, so good?
Yeah.
All right, so what we're gonna do right now is that you're gonna go to your seats, make sure that you get your highlighter, and you're gonna wait for the teacher assistants to give you your article. Okay? Let's go.
Good job, Juan. The 100 Club, it's a whole campus strategy that the Achieve teachers are trying to adopt, and it's pretty much a motivational. It's a motivational strategy. When the students come and they get 100, they feel proud when they put a check mark on their name because they know that at the end they will have a reward like eating lunch with the teacher, free computer time, and the reward could be adjustable according to the teacher needs.